Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
We got a magical new strain today.
Well, that is one that I have never tried. Brandon has partaken of it in many forms.
Yeah, over the years.
Yeah, it's Durban Poison.
Fucking Durban Poison.
Move that thing away from my head. So yeah, it's this is a sativa, if I'm not mistaken. This is an older strain too. This is a
it's OG. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah. And typically, like, let's kind of hear about the terpenes before we get into partaking of this bad boy.
Oh, it's got a ton. And so we're doing it in a concentrate today. And
ever since Alex came over, we're just like, let's hit it dry.
The last episode you guys saw, every dab since then, I've taken dry at a lower temp, and it is such a better experience.
Dude.
So this one has terpinolene usually, myrcene, ocimene, limonene, and pinene.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty broad.
That's a really unique one, because a lot of them you'll find that they have. Lately, I have felt like I've found a lot of them that have like almost identical terpene profiles, just in slightly different order.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, a lot of the cultivar too, or a lot of the grows come through Dragonfly.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of very similar things with their terpene profiles across there.
It would be cool if they changed that up big time, because I find that if you have something similar like that, you kind of have a similar feeling with it sometimes, but it's really good to be able to mix those strains, because when you mix them, like, dude, it slaps. Like I told you, I took apples and bananas.
Yeah.
And gelato face off.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Slapped you right in the face.
I was like, oh, it was awesome.
You know, it's interesting. I'm looking for the genetic line of this. It just says it's a sativa strain, like a inbred descendant of a sativa strain grown in South Africa. So, hey, shout out to Ed Rosenthal, who discovered it back and brought it back to the U.S. in the 70s. That's crazy.
Dude, that's way crazy.
Yeah. Thank you, Ed Rosenthal. He's been amazing with cannabis and cannabis research and just knowledge and really furthering the industry as a whole. He's done amazing work. So this one, I want you to go ahead. Let's make sure it's at a good temp. So you should take the first dabberoonie on that one. I made sure it's nice and low.
Does that really help?
The temperature? Oh, yeah. You get much better flavor. You get a lot different terpenes. You got to push the button.
Yeah, that might help.
Wait till it turns. And then once it's green, it's good.
Wow. The terpenes, you can definitely get a lot more out of it. Sorry, I was like, what is it?
I'll distract with
this is a landrace strain in its region of South Africa.
Yeah, as I said, it's a hybrid, just inbred of OG landrace, so they don't know the genetic line that it comes from.
Yeah, it's weird.
So Durban Poison is just OG South African strains. That's pretty cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, just because of over the centuries of this being used, and it does state that over the centuries this strain has been used, and it's just had like terpinolene is it's very dominant in this strain.
Where are you feeling it?
I'm feeling a little bit in my forehead.
Okay.
Take
it once it turns green. Yeah.
Dude, that's so smooth. Why is it smoother than when the water's in there?
You just get all the terpenes, I think. You're not washing it, and it's such a lower temp. Right now, we're about 2 below where I would even start before.
Wow, you can even get the pinene in there at the very end. Like that real, like almost pine sol smell, like it's strong.
Yeah, but it's like straight to the head. I feel it in my face, in my cheeks.
Yeah, and I'm hyper awake. So I had when I was on my way over, I quickly roasted this bowl, and I had the worst experience ever.
Oh no. How so?
I don't know why my nose was just running this morning. I don't know what I was doing, but it was just running. And I went outside. I was like, oh, I'm gonna jump in the car. I'm gonna have a little bit of Gemini. I put it in my little bubbler.
Gemini.
Yeah, I love Gemini, but it kind of makes you dumb, and I forgot that. But as soon as I lit it, I was sniffing my nose, and I was about to take a hit. And at the same time breathing in my nose and my mouth, I sucked in the smoke super fast, and it went straight into my lungs real fast and burned. Because typically what I do to lower the temp of the smoke going in there, I'll usually let it fill my mouth and then take a breath. So I can do a double breath. It's actually this girl in high school. We went to a dance, and she taught me how to smoke because I thought I knew how to smoke. Because I was going to be
smoking
cool.
weed then, or was she smoking cigarettes?
No, she was smoking cigarettes.
Oh.
Like weed was a rarity, man. Like where I grew up, it was a rarity. I mean, you could find it, but it wasn't prevalent. I will tell you this about this strain, though. It gives me a slight headache. I'm going to take off my hat.
Really? Just pressure? Or like...
No, it feels like a caffeine headache.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Sucks, yeah.
Because it's... I haven't had caffeine headaches in years because I don't partake of large amounts, if at all, caffeine at all anymore. And what I will say, it's just like kind of weird. It's not uncomfortable. It's there though, but it's slowly going away. Very cerebral. Almost like it's trying to come out of my head like a fucking unicorn horn.
Interesting.
That's what it feels like.
I feel more pressure out of the sides of my face.
I feel that, but I feel it like right up here. Very strange. And maybe it's because I'm such a sativa person.
I was feeling it more up here, but now it's settling down more into the bottom of my face.
That makes sense because I took more hits after. So this is kind of like a time release.
Yeah.
This is very nice.
Yeah.
This is very nice. This
it's a great daytime strain.
Well, and it's really cool too. I'm not getting a lot of cotton mouth. Lately, we've had a lot of strains that just are
really dry.
Yeah, pouring sand in your mouth. And you're just like, fuck, nothing helps. Nothing helps. So it's kind of good.
Actually, so I was watching this video the other day, and it talks about what helps with dry mouth. And it just talked about drinking electrolytes.
Yeah.
And Emily's been really big into watching these videos on electrolytes because it's like, oh, you can go buy all these special drinks. You can do all this shit. They're crazy expensive by the time you're doing that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can get like high-grade quality salt and like a lime. You squeeze that into your water, put a little bit of the salt in there. You stir it around. That's the same electrolytes as you'd get from any of the others with less shit. But drinking that supposedly can help quench your cotton mouth.
That sounds pretty good. I would be really cool to get like a bunch of like Gatorade sugar-free ones because I can't have the sugar.
Yeah.
But just having that makes a lot of sense because, water necessarily it's not hydrating you. It's adding to the body, and then it helps to move everything through.
But we don't normally add salt into our water.
Yeah, dude, I've told you, like,
I've started doing that. I'll actually, because I use pink Himalayan sea salt for all my cooking, all that stuff. That's actually what I use. And I've just put a little bit of that now into my water.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll do that again with like lime or something. Just because I realize it does make a difference in it going into like actually helping me versus just, hey, I'm ingesting water. Now I'm going to pee out a ton of water.
Yeah. And it just depends on the strain because there's certain things like we've tried Lubricity.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It's not bad. Flint Mints.
Flint Mints tasted good, but it didn't last very long.
I don't feel like either of them really did.
No. But if I was going to put on an enjoyable experience, Flint Mints are
they were great.
Way good.
But I'm thinking about it, though. If you could just have like an electrolyte drink, that might quench way more of your thirst anyway. Versus like, even if you take Flint Mints or that, I still feel like I'm wanting a drink.
Yeah. No, totally.
You know?
Yeah, and that would be cool. Next time we come on here, we'll cut the labels off.
We'll make them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna make my own because I mostly drink water with this.
Well, then that'll be a good comparison right there. I'll be drinking the Gatorade,
yeah,
and you'll be drinking the special mixture,
yeah.
right? The Alchemist here.
So I don't know. We'll try and see because I'd be very curious. I haven't actually tested that theory after I watched the video, but now it's a thing I have to try. Let us know at home if you guys have done that. Boop.
Sorry.
Popped off the tip of the mic. Oh,
He popped off the tip.
you lost the mic condom.
There we go.
Now we're
It's
safe.
all safe.
Ah, that's good. I do feel like this is perfect for like focus.
It's a good thing for you can have like really good like civil discourse with this. If you're prone to arguing, not necessarily arguing because you're mad, but you like to argue because you want to be right.
Or maybe you think you're always right.
There you go.
I've also known people like that. So
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning my ex-wife at this moment. I'm just thinking about it.
Shout out to but anyways, that's so funny. No, I mean, like, for example, it was actually I just social media is just it's a bag of chips that you're not even hungry for, but you're just like, I'll just have one. But because they're so small and they really don't feel like you're taking a lot, that's what social media is like to me. It's like really like it's like salt and vinegar potato chips. You know, if you get like the shitty ones like Lay's, like they're just like, oh, with the vinegar. And my mouth, I can only eat so much before my mouth hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm good. And I really can't eat a lot of them.
I used to hate those chips.
Do you like them now?
I fucking love them now.
You ever had pickle ones?
I was just going to ask you
Dude,
that.
those ones are dope,
They're
dude.
delicious.
I like them.
Yeah.
But the thing is if you can go into social media, but kind of treat it like that. These are salt and vinegar chips. I'm like, I'm only going to be here for a little bit. I'm only going to consume so much because if I keep going, I'm just going to end up hurting myself. And that's not fun, right? Like
Mine's my notice of like when I don't have anything that I'm actually needing to do or that I'm like actually doing in that moment.
Yeah.
That I pull out my phone and I'm going back to like, I'll open up Instagram or Facebook and then I'll close it. And then I'm instantly reopening or a different one. I'm like, wait, why am I doing this? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just doing this because my mind's bored. I don't know what to do. And instead of me figuring out something to do, I'm literally just like, oh, wait. And I'm like, no.
And dude, like the more aware I have become of myself, like the less interested I am in those things.
100%.
It's super crazy weird because before I wasn't really cognizant of it. Like a Saturday could get up, my wife and I have nothing to do. Kids are doing their thing. My youngest is listening to every walk-in song for every WWE guy because he is obsessed. And it's adorable. He has got like he knows what he's going to be. He's going to be a wrestler.
Yeah,
he said he's going to buy my wife and I a house and new cars. And he says, you guys are never going to have to do anything again. This is an 8-year-old telling me this. Like, I'm going to be a wrestler and I'm going to provide for you guys. Aren't going to have to worry about anything. Like, it's so cool. He's so aware. And that kind of reminds me like what it's like to be a child and to be aware. Because when we're children, we're so aware of ourselves. We know how to express ourselves. We know what we can get away with. We know what's dangerous.
And we're so much more curious.
Yeah, and we're less judgmental.
Oh my God.
We have to learn it. You have to learn judgment.
It sucks. Yeah, you really do because, and you see it with like little tiny kids and stuff who haven't learned it.
But you think about it, dude, like we used to have these like overly developed senses when we were more living off of the land and less with the infrastructure that we have now. I mean, even going back to like the 1800s.
Because we were present. You're present in the move-in, the working. We're not like, now we're in this world of what's on our phone, what's on this. And it's like, oh.
Of nothing.
How many times have you felt phantom vibrations from your phone?
Oh, all the time.
Oh, shit. Did I get a text? Oh, I'm going to get. Better check it. Like,
I
it's just this thing that's really built into us now.
I've been doing the same thing that you do at night, but just randomly throughout the day. I'm like, you know what? I'm looking at my phone too much. I just plug it in and I toss it beside my bed and I walk away.
Yeah, that's what I'll do sometimes too, because I realize if it's in my phone, I'm like, I don't need my phone on me at home.
Yeah.
If I really like, so what I'll do is I'll turn it on loud, like on speaker and whatever, and then I'll set it on like the wall, and I just let it sit there because I'm like, if it's a
Yeah.
text, it's not an emergency. So if I miss that second, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
It's
if it's
not
a
an
call,
emergency. If
it's
it's a
like,
call, I'll
okay.
hear it.
Yeah.
But that's like a house phone.
Yeah.
House phones, we didn't carry around all the time. Like, oh shit, am I gonna miss it?
No, I mean, it's the order of convenience, and that's kind of why, we don't have that anymore. And we don't seek out, like when we get bored, we go to a phone.
Yeah.
Like I would even rather my kids go to the console because the console is isolated.
Well,
You can't get
I
distractions.
feel like it's a different when they're playing a game. It's way different than like doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And and social media is like,
I don't
it's
even like.
great. Like
Yeah.
I love it in certain aspects, but at the same time, like it's either like a political thing, religious thing, one side or the other, like usually charged one way or the other.
Yeah.
Or like people putting their best lives that I'm like, is this your day to day? Like, is this how you're doing?
Yeah.
If so, I'm fucking happy for you. I
but
wish the
doubt
world
it.
for you. But like at the end of the day, like I know my like all of my shit's not all across social media. I'm not
No.
going like, hey, here's my struggles, here's my like where I'm truly at. My close friends know. Like people close to me know.
Yeah.
You know. Like you're my best friend. So it's like we have this different thing, but it's not publicized. And so it's, it's seeing that and it's and especially political times. Like this is voting year. So all sorts of people with, this and this and this. Like everything is so garbage.
You remember like back when Obama was coming into office, social media was starting to become a big deal. And he was able to get in front of more voters than the other individuals he was running against. And
was that when Facebook started, or was that
no? The Facebook, well,
it was because MySpace.
It was a little after.
Before.
Yeah, it was a little after
so
that.
Obama came in after like MySpace and Facebook started.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when that happened, like that's when like social media started to peak. But he leveraged that to get into office.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was able to reach more voters on a new platform, and he did it really well because he had a great team that he picked to be able to do that.
It's a smart way to reach people, honestly.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
Like,
relatively.
Look at our audience base across even socials.
Oh yeah.
Like that's been fantastic because that's been a free platform for us to gain a bigger audience.
Yeah.
So it's got pros and cons. And
everything has got side effects.
I was watching a lot of my algorithm is business and then like mindset and mindfulness and meditations and stuff. So last night I was watching a YouTube video on like social media and stuff, and the guy's like, you can be different than like 99% of people. You can get ahead of like 99% of people.
Yeah.
With 5 minutes. Because all you do is you create or structure or design out this stuff. And he went into like putting yourself into uncomfortable states, anxious states, and painful states. Because those are what really help you grow and,
Yeah. Pain is progress.
Yes. And he was like, for me, and, in the videos he was showing cold plunges, but he's like, for me, my pain is the gym. I'm choosing this intentional pain of going to the gym versus the later pain that comes when I'm old and hurt because I haven't been moving. Because there's pain either way. Like
Oh, totally.
And it's like just you have to choose that pain and your pleasures and like all these things. And just he was like, okay, so you can make these small changes. And he was like, even just he was like, I noticed the difference when I was going to the gym. And I live in this community that the gym is free.
Wow.
And I would know. And every time I would go, I would be the only one there. And as I would walk back home, I could creepily peek in these people's windows of all these condos or whatever and just see all of them sitting on their phones, staring at their TVs, staring at a screen.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I can get ahead because I'm not sitting here staring at the screen. And I was like, man, how many times am I picking up a screen, my phone, my laptop, instead of going, what can I do that will actually be productive to make me better, to make this better, to make whatever I'm working on better? Like, how long would that take if I truly wasn't? And this is the other thing I notice is sometimes when I'm working on something or I'm editing, I'm doing something, how many times am I picking up my phone in the middle of it? So then I'm like, all right, I don't need to do this. I set it aside and I'm like, I don't need to touch this. I don't need, unless usually in that time, it's my kids are at school, Emily's at work, and I'm doing that. So again, I could set it up far enough away that I'm like, I don't need to bother with a text. Usually, unless it's my kid, because she's in school and that's what she's going to do. But most of the time, I'm like, I can get a call if it comes in, but past that, I don't need to worry about it again. So then I can focus on right here, because when we are truly focused, not distracted with all these side thoughts and like, oh, this popped up, or like, oh, what about this? Our work is so much better when we're like 100% present in that moment.
Yeah.
But it's really fucking hard because we don't grow up in that.
Yeah, but a lot of it is, it's intentionality. Like I've told you about, like, dude, it's awesome. Every week, like, we probably had like one of the most like really open discussions. I was opening up like something very deep for me. Dude, I couldn't do that before. I just couldn't. I could open up to my wife, but even then I had because there's 3 parts of us. There's our public life, our personal life, and our secret
self life.
Yeah, our secret one. The one that, has all the kinks. The ones where you do that little weird, thing that you do when you walk around. I mean, everybody's got their little quirks, right?
Yeah.
It's like hitting their shoe against that one brick. Like we all have these little weird things
that are uniquely you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's been really cool about the shapes is, for me, dude, it's as transformational as my first journey on shrooms. It was transformational, like the journey I had on ketamine. Because, dude, it just made me be more mindful. And here's the really cool part, dude. Like, my wife and I got in an argument about my cannabis use. Because one weekend, like, I was writing something and I was in the zone, bro. Like, if I had joints pre-rolled, I would have burned through all 4 of them real quick.
Yeah.
Because I had to keep doing something. I had this state, like where I'm at right now, this Durban Poison. Okay, so I'm going to call this the polite strain. You know why? Because while we're talking, not once did we either try to talk over one another. We listened and we were present. And this is cool. So and this is a good use for it. Say you've got somebody in your life that's having a really tough time. And maybe you've got answers, but it's really hard to talk to this person because they're either really aggressive or they're really down. So it makes you frustrated either way. I'd be awesome to be, I would be, this is how you get a jury to really vote. You get them baked on Durban Poison, and they go, at the end, they go, all right, take everything you learned and let's go into it. It's like 3 days, fucking
I think
Papa
this
John's.
is what they should smoke during it, because it gets them so present that they're not thinking about all the other stuff. They're truly listening.
Just fumigate the room.
Yeah, right? But again, that would be like one of the best ideas of, fumigating all of the population.
Yeah,
Going,
just
hey,
get
we're
everybody
just going to chill
high.
everyone out.
No, but it's that's what I like about it, because now it's like it's not necessarily like I feel like I'm vulnerable at this state. I just feel like there's no roadblocks.
Yeah, no, you're just open.
Yeah, and this is great to help open up for those conversations. In concentrate form, this is awesome. But what's
Yeah.
really awesome is that you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. So you one grab dabber weirdos who just love, you've got more
Taking
money than
massive
sense.
dabs.
Yeah.
Like, not even that. Like, even if you
You're gonna fuck
have a
yourself up.
really good plug that it doesn't cost you that much, a gram at a time. Like, right now, I feel fantastic.
Oh, I feel
Those
wonderful.
few hits, I feel fantastic. I don't need to change it. And that's the nice thing with concentrates is when you get to that nice level, it can last for hours.
And it's even nice to be able to stack that feeling. So you can get like one bowl or one banger ready, and then you could smoke that throughout the day.
Oh, yeah.
The easiest way to, I mean, because now what you've done with this one, because we just thought that it would cool down the air, because that's the purpose of a bong or any water apparatus, to
Right.
cool down the air.
And maybe clean out some of the ash if you're using a bong, I
Yeah.
think.
That's why I like that. I mean, even though you lose some of the terps,
Yeah.
but this one, I mean, yeah, the terps are there, which now increases my
I feel like
entourage
the
effect like
yeah,
so
the
quickly,
experience is so much better.
and maintaining.
I think it lasts longer too. Yeah.
Dude, it really has, because typically there's like a peak
Mhm.
and then it drops off. But I haven't, I mean, my eyes are a little heavy. That thing on Saturday Night Live, finger blasters. Did you see that?
I don't know.
You guys watch it. Take care.